we go. Devils versus 45s. Donald in for the draw. One by the 45s. Back to their defense. Right to center ice. Hinovich's all over that. Throws it into the far corner. Martin, centering pass just out of Hinovich's reach. Played off the boards past Marlborough. Down into the Devils' end. Hinovich. Back behind his net. Right up the right wing to McDonald. Clears that out of the zone to center ice. 45s with the hand pass. Flyer in for the face-off. Set to the far boards. 45's back in their own end. The right wing in over the Devils' blue line. Shot blocked there in front by Freer. He's got a broken stick. 45 centering pass. Good stick by Schleier to get that to the blue line, but not out. Paquette picks it up behind the net, sends it to the near corner. Marcinko, cross ice, going for Carlo, just out of his reach. 45s play back up to center ice. In over the Devils' blue line. The Devils are going to the box for slashing. Devils penalty, number 7, Braden Marcinko. 2 minutes for slashing. 13:51 to go in the first period. Flyer steps in to take the face-off. Bouncing puck, picked up by the 45s, played back to the blue line. Flyer pressuring. 45 send it to the near corner. Douglas picks it up behind his net. Centering pass, tried to clear it out of his zone. Topner to the blue line. 45 send it back in behind the Devils' net. Douglas to the blue line, not out. 45 steered to the near corner. Shot on net. Milks makes the pad save. Topner to Parlow, who sends it down the ice into the 45 zone. He's got a bit of a change. 45's down the left wing and over the blue line. Way behind the net, Marlborough back to pick it up. Sends it to the half boards. Marlborough picks it up to the blue line, not out. Shot. Missed wide of the net. Rebound comes to the near half boards. Flyer turns and fires it off the boards. That'll come to center ice. 45's back on their own end. Played to the near wing. It's center ice. Fires it wide of the net. Marlborough on his man in the corner. 45's lock it to the point. Turn around and send it back into the far corner. Played to the blue line. 45 send it behind the net. Backhand centering attempt. Barth picks that one off. Turns and fires it down. Kill a little bit more time. 30 seconds to go on the penalty. 45's behind the net. Cross ice to the left wing. In over the blue line. Beering pass sent all the way down into the 45's end. That'll almost do it for the penalty. Grant, the goaltender, sends it around the far wing to the blue line and out. 45's the wrong side of center. Send that in for icing. Off after we finally drop the puck. In the near corner. McDonald brothers battling. Comes to Freer at the half boards. Brampton gets a stick on it, gets it to Martin. He sends it behind his back to center ice. McDonald Stretch pass to center ice, picked off by the 45s. They'll send it back into Devil zone. Paquette on the far boards to the blue line, not out. 45s bouncing puck in the middle of the Devil's end. 45s fire it behind the net to the far wing. Donald just a hair out of his reach, bouncing puck. Paquette gets it to McDonald in the near corner. To Martin. Martin off the boards to the blue line, not out. 45s with the shot. Bad save by Milks. Rebound to the near corner, cleared all the way to the far point. Paquette sends it around the boards. 45's there to keep it in at the half boards. Bouncing puck, Freer lifts that to center ice, just out of the reach of McDonald. Paquette streaking down the left and right wing. Martin picks it up, gains the zone, he gets hauled down. No call. Martin and Schleier in the near corner. Puck comes out behind the net to the far side. Barlow almost picked that one off. 45's back in the Devil's end. Out front shot, wide of the net. Topner and Schleier. Topner kicks it to Marcinko. Backhand centering attempt. Schleier sends it to the opposite wing. 45's turn, fire it back into the Devil's end. Topner back to collect it. Holds it in the near corner. Watch it, front shot over the shoulder and in the net. Brampton goal. 9:50 to go in the first period. Let's go Devils. Bray steps in to take the face-off. Puck, Bray kicks it forward. 45's blue line. Bray picks it up. Lets the shot go. Just off the toe to the near corner. McEwen sends it behind the net to the far side. 45's lift that up to center ice. Marlborough to Bray. He lifts it in over the blue line to the near corner. Bray picks it up behind the net. To Smith. Smith centering attempt. And from McEwen, picked off by the 45. 45's in over the Devils blue line again. Shot locked in front by Marlborough. Marlborough and Bray in the near corner. 45's with possession. Cycle the puck down low. Centering attempt to Bray. He'll get it to the blue line to center, and 45's pick it up. 45's turn, fired into the Devil's end. Intimate on his man. Centering pass. Past everybody. McEwen picks it up the far blue line, sends it across ice to Smith. Smith in over the blue line. Drop pass intended for McDonald, just out of his reach. Clear to center. Ray McDonald tries to get it around. Owen picks up a loose puck. Brings it out front. Fired past everybody. Icing's waved off. Paquette back in his own end to pick it up. The only lead pass for Martin in over the blue line. Martin, drop pass from McDonald to Freer. Freer does a good job keeping the puck in. Gets it back to McDonald. Shot over the net. Rebound to the far point. That'll roll all the way past center ice. Ref gets in the way and slows up Paquette. McDonald back in over the blue line. To the near side, centering pass from Martin. Couldn't pull the trigger. 45s send it back behind their net. The far blue line, they'll send it out center ice. McDonald picked it up, tried to clear it out. Good stick by the 45s, comes back into the Devil's end. Topner to Douglas. Back to Topner. Topner off the board. Martin touched it, icing waved off. 45's turn, fire it hard at the far blue line. Douglas is there with the shot, rebound. Devils are changing. Marcinko and Topner at the blue line, kick it in. 45's to the near corner. Through center, past everybody in the Devil's end. Douglas back to collect it. Keeps it on the outside. Schleier to Topner. Topner tries to send it to Marcinko. Picked off by the 45's. Cleared up to Schleier at center ice. Marcinko swipes at it, shovels that into the 45's end. Just under 7 minutes to go in the period. Flyer in the near corner. Has Marcinko at the half boards. He steps in and helps Flyer out. Comes loose, goes to the far corner. Hinneman pinching. Just overskated it. Puck cleared to center ice. Marlborough turns, fires on target. Cleared over the glass and out of play. Bray in for the face-off. By the 45s. Bray chases it down into the near corner. McEwen helping him out. McEwen comes up with the puck off the boards from Marlborough at the point. Marlborough, shot block, goes to the far wing. Bray gets the puck to the far corner. Fired harder on the boards. Marlborough at the blue line, kicks it in. Past McEwen. That'll come to Hinneman at the half boards. 45s turn, fire around the near wing. Just chipped it past Marlborough off the boards. Barth back to collect it to the blue line. Picked off by the 45s. Loose puck. McEwen gets it to the near corner. 45s try to center it. McEwen intercepts. McEwen behind the net to Hinneman in the far corner. He'll send it off the glass up to center ice. 45s turn and fire it back into the Devils zone. Hinneman hard around the boards. Back off. Right to the 45s player, shot, missed wide. McDonald picks up the loose puck. He'll skate it down the right wing. McDonald in over the blue line, he's alone. 45 strip it along the far boards. McDonald does a good job keeping the puck in deep. 45 send it back to the far corner. Oh, McDonald picks it up, walks through the middle. Out front, shot. And the blocker of the 45's goaltender for the whistle. Donald in for the face-off. Bouncing the puck clear to the near corner. Martin behind the net out front. That was deflected wide past McDonald. 45's miscued. Turn, fire it behind the net to the far corner. Long lead pass off the glass. Just over the Devils' blue line. Cleared out to center ice. Martin and McDonald battling at the blue line. Paquette to Martin. Martin across to McDonald. McDonald in over the blue line. Offside. Flyer steps in to take the face off. One cleanly to Topner. He'll send it off the boards to the near corner. That'll roll behind the net to the far side. Douglas pinching, just hops over his stick. Topner back to collect it at his own blue line. Topner. Icing waved off. Back in the 45's end. Cleared to the near corner. Bouncing puck. Harlow. To Marcinko. Flyer with the shot. Saved. Rebound. Tipped just wide of the net by Douglas. Back to Parlow. Marcinko out to Parlow with the shot. Bad save. Marcinko turns, fires it behind the net. 45s get a hold of it. Clear it to the far half boards. Douglas chasing his man back to the corner. Clear to the near blue line. Topner keeps it in. 45s clear it out. That hits Parlow's stick and rolls, bounces into the Devils' end. Topner back to pick it up. Lead pass from Marcinko, just a little too hot. 45's kicking in over the blue line. Marlborough got a bit of a high stick to the head. No call. Parlow kicks it in over the blue line, picks it up. Parlow moves it towards the net. 45's clear it right back up. Center ice. Marlborough Bounces it over the blue line. Marlboro out front, centering pass. Carlo was just behind him. I think the Devils are getting a hooking penalty. Nope, 45s are getting a hooking penalty. Devils power play. 2:53 to go in the first period. Martin in for the faceoff. Won by the 45s to the far corner. Flyer and Martin. And Barth. Oddly, that's our Topner. Topner behind the net to the near wing. Arlo turns and fires just out of the reach of McDonald. He's back all the way in his own end. McDonald to the blue line. Picks it up. McDonald in. Shot, rebound. Arlo scores. Devils goal scored by number 23, Tyus Parlow. Assisted by number 11, Owen McDonald. 2:21 to go in the first period. Ray steps in to take the face off for the Devils. Loose puck picked up by McEwen. Pass back to Marlboro. Marlboro down the left wing in over the blue line. Left it there for Smith. Bouncing puck. Smith swipes at it towards the goal. Cleared out to center ice by the 45s. Hinneman back in his own end. Gets it across to Marlboro. Up to McEwen. One touch pass to Smith in over the blue line. Smith centering for Bray. Just missed off the side of the net. 45 sent it down. The icing waved off. Marlboro gets it behind the Devils net. Hinneman steps in. Cleared to McEwen. Centering pass for Bray. Loose puck. Sits there. 45s bring it right back in the zone. Hinneman in the near corner. Bray picks up a loose puck. Sends it back behind the Devils goal. Bray tries to send it out the right side. Stopped there by 45s. 45s pick it up and clear it out the zone themselves. 1 minute to go in the period. 45s back to the blue line. McEwen picks it off. Clears it to McDonald just through his feet. Martin slows up. McDonald in over the blue line. Backhand pass. Intended for Martin. Hits the flag and doesn't make it across. 45s. With that high over Freer, that'll roll into the Devils' end. Freer gets there to beat the icing. Paquette. 45s try to walk off the corner with it. Centering pass off the side of the net. Picked up by Martin. Lead pass to McDonald. McDonald in over the blue line. Centering pass. McDonald. I think Martin buried the rebound. Devils goal scored by number 88, Joey Martin. Assisted by number 11, Owen McDonald. 25.7 seconds to go in the period. Schleier steps in for the faceoff. 45s win it back to their blue line. Lifted high through center ice. Paquette stops it at the blue line. Carlo holding along the boards, trying to kill the rest of this period off. Still there. Comes to Paquette. Carlo finally clears it to center ice. 45s turn and fire it in. Takes a funny hop off the corner behind the net. And that'll do it for the first period. Here we go to start the second period. Flyer steps in to take the face off. Flyer to Parlow. Parlow went over the blue line. Lets a shot go, hits a stick on target. Held there for the whistle. Flyer back in for the face-off. 45s win it to the far corner. Played around the near wing. Parlow just got past him. 45's in over the blue line. Flyer gets back with Douglas to break up that rush. Flyer just overskated it. Through the legs, fancy pass by Brampton to the blue line. Douglas gets it to Topner. Topner in over the blue line. A little disorganized to start the second period. 45s chip it into the far corner. Topner holds it behind the net. Flyer steps in. Marcinko pokes at it to the far corner. Marcinko has it in his feet. Flyer shovels it towards the blue line. Topner sends it the rest of the way up through center ice. 45's trying to fire it back in the zone. Douglas to Parlow at center. Back in the double zone. 45's try to get it. Topner steers it to the near corner. Topner to Barth. Barth flips that down the ice. That'll go for icing. Bray into the face-off. Holds it there. Barth steps in. Shot from the slot. Hits a stick and goes to the far corner. Marlborough gets to the blue line. 45 sent it right back in. Shot blocked. Bray left it for Marlborough. Lead pass for Smith. Out of his reach for icing. Bray back in for the face-off. By the 45 shot, pad save by Milks. Rebound comes to the near blue line. 45's kept it in, chipped in behind the Devils net. Centering pass. Cleared out of the way by Bray. Intimate. Marlborough. Marlborough up to Smith down the left side. In over the blue line. Barth just a half step offside. Can you see it? I can see it. McDonald in for the face-off. Wins that one back to Freer. Freer turns, fires it into the far corner. That'll roll behind the 45's net. They'll play it up the near side. McDonald runs over his man. 45 sent it to the far wing. Freer's there to keep it in for a second. Cleared up through center. 45's over the Devils' blue line to the far corner. Shot missed wide. Rebound out front. Couldn't bury it. Bouncing puck picked up by McDonald. It'll come down the right side. Into the near corner. Behind the net. Centering pass. Pass to everybody. Paquette. McDonald behind the net. Throws it out front for Martin. His stick was beaten again. Passed everybody to the blue line. Freer couldn't keep it in. Across to Paquette. Paquette off the near boards. That'll go back into the 45's end. 45 steered to the near side. McDonald has the stick checked. Puck settles down on the corner. Clear to the blue line and out up to center. Topner. Cross to Marcinko. Now we're going to the 45's end. They'll turn and fire it back into the Devils' territory. Topner. Back. On pass for Paquette. Off a stick. Back into the Devils' end. Paquette at the half boards. Shuffles that to Parlow. Parlow down the right wing. In over the blue line. Just a delayed stick by the 45s to break up that rush. Topner keeps it in. Back to Parlow. Centering pass. Blocked in front. Comes to Douglas with a shot. Missed just wide. Marcinko behind the net. to Parlow. He'll send it back behind the net. 45's clear to the near half boards. Top and pinching. Dumps that off the boards to the far corner. Schleier out front, intended for Parlow. He was tied up. Topner at the point. Gets it to Marcinko, centering pass. Picked off by the 45s. They'll clear to the blue line and out. Topner happy to send it right back into the zone. Douglas grabs that clearing attempt. Gets it to McHugh and he turns and dumps it into the 45's end. That'll roll behind the net to the near side. Long lead pass beyond everybody into the Devils' territory for icing. 10:35 to go in the second period. Bray in for the face-off. Drives it forward to the far or near corner. Turns, fired harder on the boards to the blue line. Hinneman kept it in for a second. Both players tied up at center ice. Hinneman wins the battle. Chips the puck just over center ice. Sent back into the Devil or 45's end. 45's clear that to center. Misplay, send it back in on their net. Overskated. Arth almost capitalized on that one. 45's send that center ice. Hinneman hits a stick and goes up out of play. McDonald in for the face-off. Bouncing puck. 45's clear to the far wing. Chip it into the Devils' zone. Paquette back to collect it. Off the boards. Not out. McDonald runs out of room. 45 send the puck to the near side. Freer along the half boards to McDonald. He gets run over. Puck settles down at the blue line. Shot. Milks in traffic. Makes the save. Devils penalty, number 21, Braden McDonald. 2 minutes for head contact. 9:37 to go in the first period or second period. McDonald in for the face-off. Kicks that forward to the blue line, gets a piece of it, lifts it through center. Martin has a step on his man. He's alone. Shot. Just couldn't lift it over the pad. 45's goaltender. 45's in the far corner, settling it down before they start bringing it up through center ice. Back in the Devils' territory, down the right side. They get a front shot, blocked in front. Pad saved by Milks, rebound. Milks jumps on it for the whistle. Schleier into the face-off. Wins that cleanly to Topner. He turns and fires it down into the Brampton end. That'll settle down behind their net. Schleier. Harlow pressing. Stretch pass. Touched by 45's center. Settles down in the near corner. Paquette. Schleier in the blue line. Held there by the 45's. Pass across. Shot on target. Blocked by Topner. That puck settles down at the blue line. Picked up by Parlow. He'll send that into the Brampton end. Parlow chasing it. 45's play it back to the far wing. Brampton trying it again. 45 send it along the near wing. Centering pass beyond everybody. Picked up by Parlow. Parlow down the left side into the blue line. He takes it to the corner and hits the brakes. 20 seconds to go in the Devils penalty. And the 45s are going to the box. 2 minutes for holding. So it'll be 4-on-4 for about 20 seconds. And the Devils go to the power play. Marcinko in to take the face-off. Puck cleared to the far corner by the 45s. They'll take it behind the net to the near side. 45. Outlet pass down the left side. Shot on net. Milks holds it for a second, then plays it. Hinneman gets it to the near side. Shot. Milks with the save. Rebound. Sits there. 45s clear that to the blue line. Picked up by Barth. And over the right wing. Barth to the corner. Tries to get the centering pass. Has it in his feet. 45s turn and fire that down the ice. Milks sets it up for Marlborough. 45s are changing. We got a 5-on-3 for a second. Marlborough and over the blue line. Pass back to McDonald at the point. Shot tipped just wide. Rebound picked up by the 45s. They'll clear that. Slot. Shot. Not all of it. Paquette with the rebound. Puts it right in the chest. And the Brampton goaltender holds on to that for the whistle. Just under 1 minute to go on the penalty. Martin in for the faceoff. Bouncing puck, Schleier to McDonald at the point. He walks to the middle. McDonald lets one go high over the net. Schleier lets Martin with the rebound. McDonald, he walks in. Pass to Parlow off the side of the net. Parlow to the far corner. Under pressure. 45's cleared to the blue line. McDonald does it. Come on. We'll call that offside. Martin back in for the face-off. 35 seconds to go on the penalty. Topper lining up way on the right wing. Schleier lifts it to the far corner. 45s pick it up. They'll turn, fire harder on the boards. That'll get past everybody and into the Devils zone. Milks leaves it there for McDonald. McDonald up through center ice and over the blue line. Through traffic. Skates through a hook. McDonald on the far boards. Skates to the middle. Gets to Schleier on the near point. Schleier centering pass to Parlow. Shot. Rebound. Sits there. 45's cleared to the blue line and out. 2 seconds to go on the penalty. McDonald winding up for one more rush. In over the blue line. Toe drag. Shot on target. Held there by the Brampton goaltender. Ray steps in for the face-off. Hinneman, Marlborough rather, with the shot. Didn't get all the way to the net. 45s to the near corner. Barth leaves it for Bray. Bray tries to walk off the boards with it. Cleared high off the boards to the blue line and out. Hinneman shovels that puck back in the zone. 45's cleared to center ice, straight to Hinneman. He'll turn, fire to the blue line. Smith shovels it in. Guess we'll call that offside. Bray steps in to take the face off. One cleanly to Marlborough. Cross to Hinneman. Gets it to that blue line. Not much further. Bouncing puck comes back to Hinneman at center ice. He'll turn and lift that high over the heads of everybody into the corner. 45's off the glass to center ice. Over the blue line. Good pressure by Hinneman and Barth. break up that rush. Hinneman. The puck intended for Smith. Just overskated. The 45's player couldn't settle it down. Played off the boards. Marlborough to the blue line, has it in Bray's skates. Puck settles down right in front of the Brampton bench. Comes to Marlborough. 45's turn and fire it in. Brampton's offside. Devils have some time to sort this out. Long stretch pass. Touched by Marcinko. That'll go over the net to the near side. The corner. Marcinko. Waiting for his team to finish changing. Couldn't settle it down and hold on to it. 45's off the blast to center ice. Paquette turns and fires that back into the Brampton end. And lead pass past everybody for icing. 4 minutes to go in the period. McDonald into the face-off. One forward, just overskated. Brampton picks it up, brings it up through center ice. In over the Devils' blue line. Shot off the shoulder, and Milk's rebound goes to the far half boards. McDonald there with Freer. Loose puck dragged out by the 45s. Backhand on target. Milks makes the save. Puck's clear to the blue line. Shot tipped in front. Milks keeps that one out. Freer in the far corner. Brings it to the near side to McDonald. In his feet. Oh, McDonald shoves his man off of him. He's sitting on it. McDonald brothers trying to drag it out. Freer finally gets a piece of it. Clears the center ice. Cross ice. Paquette intercepts that. He's in over the blue line. That's wide shot off the side of the net. Paquette to Douglas at the point. He lets the shot go. He scores! Through traffic. Devils goal scored by number 20, Jonte Douglas. .256 to go in the second period. In for the draw, one cleanly by the 45. So pass that up the left wing and over the blue line. Topner back to collect it in the corner. Lays it to the short side off the boards to the blue line and out. 45s fire that puck back in the end. Douglas picks it up behind his net. Hard off the glass to the blue line. That bounced past the puck, past the defenseman. Schleier in over the blue line. That puck hops on him. Schleier in the far corner. 45s pick it off to the near half boards. Douglas turns, fires on target. Goaltender holds it for the whistle. Schleier in for the face-off. He gets that to Parlow along the near boards. Parlow kicks it to the corner. Schleier gets a bit of a hook and then dumped. Marcinko steps into the help him out. Bouncing puck going back and forth around the corner. Douglas pinching. 45 step around him, comes to center ice. Topner turns and fires it back in the zone. Schleier runs through his man. Marcinko, Parlow. Parlow tried to kick it to the corner. Has the 45 stick in his feet. Clear to the blue line. Topner lets the shot go. Tip just wide by Marcinko. Douglas at the far half boards. Walks off. Tries to get a shot off. Hits a couple people and trickles wide of the net. 45's cleared at the center ice. Topner. Hard pass to McEwen. Hinneman clears that down the far boards. Icing waved off. We've got a minute and a half to go in the period. McEwen. Bray pressing to the blue line. Hinneman slows him down. McEwen picks up the loose puck. Gets it to Marlborough. Who sends it to the far corner. Hewen at the blue line, dumps it back in the zone. Cleared around to Hinneman on the near boards. Shot tipped. Rebound by Marble. He scores! Devils goal scored by number 27, Harrison Marlborough. Assisted by number 6, Ryan Bark. 1:03 to go in the second period. Devils leading 4-1. Gray wins the draw. Devil or 45s pick it up. Backhand that behind the Devils net. Marlborough to the far point, kept in, shot wide of the net. Rebound to Barth. Lead pass for Bray and over the blue line. Shot hits a stick, goes over the glass and out of play. McDonald steps in for the faceoff. Loose puck picked up by McDonald. Shot by Paquette over the board, over the net. Settles down on the backside of the net. McDonald has the stick being held. Picks up the loose puck. Tries to walk out front with it. Paquette at the blue line just couldn't settle it down. McDonald tries to send it around the 45's winger. Last rush. McDonald behind the net. Tries to throw it out front. Picks it up himself. McDonald across McDonald. Shot wide of the net. Owen McDonald with a nice kick to Martin. Couldn't bury that one. And that'll do it for the second period. We'll start third period. Bray in for the face-off, won by the 45s, back to their defense. Great pass, quickly intercepted by Bray. 45s dump it back in to the Devils' territory. Douglas behind the net, sends it to the near side. Topner to Smith. Smith centering pass for Bray in over the blue line. Offside. Cleared out by the 45s. Cross ice, just out of the reach of Douglas. Puck settles down in the far corner. Centering pass to the blue line. Misfire. Smith picks up the loose puck and clears the zone. 45s regroup in over the blue line. Douglas sprawling. Slows down the shot just enough for Topner to get back and clear it out of the way. McDonald off the boards. Up to Barth. Barth in over the blue line. Pass to McDonald. McDonald shot off the skate blade of the 45's goaltender, and they'll clear that up to center ice. Paquette to Barth at center ice. Back to Paquette. He steps on it, falls, but Barth turns and fires it into the 45's end. Freer. Martin at his own blue line. Off the boards. 45's kept it in. Martin drives it over center ice. Centering pass to McDonald over the blue line. He gets tripped. 45s are going to the box. Devils have the extra attacker on shot by McDonald. Rebound. Sits there. Ray McDonald couldn't quite get the angle. Freer in for Owen. Finally touched by the 45s. And they're going to the box for tripping. Martin steps in to take the face off. Bouncing puck collected by the 45s, turned fired hard off the boards. That'll go all the way down into the Devils' end. Milks sets it up. McDonald down the left wing through center ice and over the blue line of the 45s. McDonald cycles wide to the far corner. Hits the brakes at the half boards. To Schleier at the point. Schleier in for Parlow. Parlow has a stick check. Topner picks up the loose puck. It's Braden McDonald on the far wing. Braden spinning, shot on target. Loose puck. 45 out front. Still sits there. Comes to Schleier at the point. Schleier sends it off the boards behind the net. Martin comes up with it. Sends it to the far corner for Topner. Topner to the near side. Pauses at the half boards. Gets to McDonald at the point. Back into Topner. Thrown out front. Bouncing puck. Picked up by Schleier, and he'll shovel that to the corner. Martin centering pass from Parlow. He gets a shot off. 45's goaltender makes a save. McDonald back in over his blue line. Couldn't find the puck. 45's pick it up. McDonald pins his man. Schleier goes after the loose puck. I think they're both going. Offsetting minors. Still 5-on-4 for 35 seconds. McDonald in for the face-off. Bouncing puck, McDonald kicks that to Ray, who kicks it back to McDonald down the left wing. McDonald in over the blue line, steps around the linesman. Behind the net, thrown out front. That hits the body. 45s pick it up. They'll send that high over everybody and through center ice. McDonald milks out to play it. Cat spinning. 10 seconds to go on the penalty. Cat up to McDonald. He steps around the 45's player down the right wing. In just offside. Schleier steps in to take the face-off. 2 seconds to go on the penalty. Schleier to Parlow to Hinnemit. Up to Marcinko at the blue line. Marcinko's centering pass is blocked. Marlborough. Ties up this player. Schleier comes off the boards with the puck. Skates through center backhand. Missed just wide. Back to 5-on-5. Clear to the blue line. 45's chipped that over the bench and out of play. Schleier take the face off, won by the 45s. Bats that one out of the air to the far corner. Marlborough pinching, takes it to the corner. It's a bit of slash centering pass. Comes through the feet of Hinneman. Marlborough keeps it in at the blue line to Hinneman. He gets it to Marcinko, backhand pass to Hinneman. Through traffic, shovels it wide of the net, rebound to the far corner. Marcinko out front for Barth. Schleier, he gets the shot off, held for the whistle. Ray steps in to take the face off. He's puck just overskated by Braid. Or Barth, rather. 45's in the near corner. McEwen gets a piece of it to the near side. Ray steps in at the half boards. Puck comes off. Ray, shot. Goaltender's there to make the save. Wins the face-off. McEwen, Douglas with the shot blocked in front. 45's down the right wing. In over the blue line. Hits the brakes at the half boards. McEwen chases him back. 45's in the near corner. Ray bumps his man. Topper holds it in the corner. Off the boards to Barth. He'll send it off the boards. Down into the 45's end. Just out of the reach for icing. McDonald steps in for the face-off. And by the 45's quick shot, Milks makes the save. Freer to Martin. He touches that into the 45's end. 45's tried to clear it off the boards. Right into Martin. He gets fell on. McDonald picks up the loose puck. Skates behind the net. Just lost the handle. 45's pick it up. Down the left side. McDonald bumps his man off the puck. Draws a bit of attention. Both McDonald brothers get a piece of it back into the Devils' end. Across to Freer. Up to Martin. Didn't quite get that through the legs pass on a stick. McDonald picks it up at his blue line. Picks it up through center and over the 45's blue line. Cleared out to center ice. Freer. Tries to get Martin at the 45's blue line. They'll pick it up. Bring it back into the Devils' end. So in your corner behind the net to the far side. Paquette shoves his man, puck to the blue line, shot, blocked in front. Kicked wide of the net. Paquette on the near side to McDonald. Freer in the far corner. Just ran out of room. Freer gets bumped. .45's penalty. He gave him 2 minutes for body contact. 8:26 to go in the period. McDonald steps in to take the face-off. One to Bray at the face-off circle. Past to Paquette at the point. Off the boards, just out of Marvel's reach. McDonald behind the net. Comes out front with it. Shot. Hits a stick. Bounces to the blue line and down. Shoved down the ice. And the Devils are going to the box. Number 21, Ray McDonald. 2 minutes for head contact. 4-on-4. Barth in for the face-off. Off the ref's skates, picked up by the 45s. They'll send it wide of the net to the near side. Shot, blocker saved by Milks. Ray picks up the rebound on the far side. Off the board, lead pass for Barth, in over the blue line. He'll lift that to the corner. Barth carries it behind the net to the near side. Couldn't settle it down, picked up by the 45s. Ray pressuring. 45s up through center, played right back to the defense. Now down the left side and over the Devils' blue line. Barth to Bray. Back to Barth. He lifts it over the blue line. Bray picks up the loose puck down the right side. Hits the brakes to Hinneman. Pass to himself in the near far corner. Hinneman behind the net. Sends it out the far side. Schleier pinching. He gets stopped up. Hinneman picks up the puck. Gets to Bray at the point. Back into Hinneman. Thrown just wide of the net. Marlborough thought about pinching. Schleier and Bray in the corner. Puck comes to Marlborough. He walks off the boards. Shot off the back foot of Bray and out of play. Schleier steps in for the face-off. Harlow kept it in, got it to Schleier. Schleier steps into his man. Puck cleared to the near half boards. Douglas to Schleier. Schleier walks in front, shot on target and held for the whistle. 18 seconds to go in the 45's penalty. Schleier back in for the face-off. To Douglas at the point. He'll send it across for Topner with the shot missed just wide. Rebound comes to Douglas at the half boards. That bounces over a stick, comes to center ice. Schleier shovels it into the Devils' end for Topner. He hits the break, shovels it to the far corner for Douglas. He turns, fires to the blue line, kept in. Shot, missed wide, rebound to the far corner, played back behind the Devils' net. 5 seconds to go in the Devils' penalty. Brampton to the near side. Shot through traffic. Back to 5-on-5. Thrown out front. Nooks got a piece of it to keep it out. Parlow turns, clearing attempt. Hits Brampton player. Back to Parlow. He'll send that to Topner in the near far corner. Topner hits the brakes. Gets tripped. No call. Topner along the far boards to McDonald. He hits the brakes, get a bit of space, hits Schleier at center ice. Off the stick, 45 cleared that back through the middle. Shot hits a body, trickles wide of the net. Freer clears it to the near boards. Shot blocked in front. Freer in the corner. Bumps his man back in. Centering pass out front. Picked up by the Devils. Harlow out over the blue line through center and lifts it to the far corner. Brampton picks it up, brings it down the near wing. Up to center. And sends that into the Devil zone. Freer behind his net to pick up the loose puck. To Paquette, to McDonald. McDonald left it, picked off by the 45s player. They couldn't hold on to it. Puck goes in off the post. Brampton goal, 4:51 to go in the second period. McDonald in for the face-off. On by Brampton. Ray McDonald almost got away with that. Hinman swipes at it, doesn't get all of it. Puck goes to the far corner. McDonald at the half boards. Marlborough shovels it to the blue line, not out. Second effort, comes out. McDonald. And Martin offside. Face-off just outside the Brampton zone. Flyer to take it. One clean with Marlborough. He sends it across to Hinman. Hinman lifts it in. Takes a funny bounce almost over the goaltender, but missed just wide. Cleared to the far boards. Hinman comes up with it. Out front. The Barth. He'll send it to Marlborough at the point. Marlborough throws it on net. Shot wide of the net. Hinman at the blue line. Does a good job getting back to keep it in. 45's turn, fire behind the net to the near side. Barth at the half boards, gets to Marlborough. He lets a shot go, blocked or tipped by a stick and out of play. Bray steps in to take the face off. That's in the near corner. 45 sent it behind the net to the far side. Smith tripped up. Bray steps in behind the net. McEwen just out of his reach. Cleared to the blue line and down the ice. Icing waved off. 45's off the side of the net. Topner to McEwen. Lead pass for Smith at center ice. Couldn't hold on to it. Back to Smith. Circling to the near wing. Shovels that down the left side into the 45 zone. A little over 3 minutes to go in the period. Cleared to the blue line and out to center ice. Hoffner sends that back into the Brampton end. McEwen on the forecheck. Brampton plays it to the far side. McDonald, fresh off the bench. Drives up behind the net to McEwen. Couldn't hold on to it. Brampton. Long lead pass. On target, so no icing. Paquette. Behind the net to Freer. Freer up to Martin at the blue line. Martin lets that go to center ice. Brampton plays it back on their own end. In the feet of Paquette. He turns quickly and backhands that into the zone. Brampton. Back up to center ice. Paquette to McDonald. He'll send that into the zone. Brampton played back to center ice. McDonald intercepts that pass. 3-on-2, odd man rush. McDonald to McDonald. Shot. Pad save. Rebound. Comes to Braden McDonald. He spins. 45's coming up with it to the blue line and out. Oh, McDonald pressuring to Martin. Martin sends it along the near wing into their zone. Brampton clears back up to center ice. Takes it over the Devils blue line through traffic. Loose puck shot. Blocker saved by Milks. Rebound to the far corner. McDonald has a stick being held by the Brampton player. Played out front. Stick lifted by Owen McDonald. Paquette picks up the loose puck. Brings it in over the blue line to the far corner. Paquette still with it behind the goal line. Throws it out front. McDonald walks off the post. Shot. Blocker save to the near side. Barth shovels the rebound behind the net. Cleared to the far blue line. Paquette keeps it in to Barth. Just shove it in the corner. 1 minute to go in the third period. Slyer tries to come off the boards with it. Cleared to the blue line for Paquette. He sends it around the boards to the near side. Marcinko to Marlborough at the blue line. He winds up, lets the shot go. Stick save. Rebound picked up by Marcinko. He sent it behind the net for Slyer. Tried to throw it out front. Hits the 45's defenseman. Goes back behind the goal line. Barth reaching for it. Keeps it in the corner. Marcinko comes out to Barth. Barth throws it on that. Loose puck sits there. Marcinko gets it to the far wing. Brampton finally clears it out. Paquette's there to shove it back in the zone. 45's up to center ice. Marlborough gets it to Paquette. To Barth on the right wing. Or left wing, rather. Barth in on the blue line. Has the stick lifted. 45's cleared to the blue line. Not out. Marlborough. One last rush, and that'll do it for the third period. Final score, Devils 4, Brampton 2.